Hello everybody, what is the date? Wednesday, August 14th?
Yeah.
Is that right? Just fresh home from work. Yeah. Guess what I'm doing tonight? Strangely, not going to the football field to stay, but I have to go down there, let somebody into the gear shed, pick up some pants that got fixed up. We got to get them in. And then got to go to the accountant's office because we have to get our budget for the last couple of years straightened away because it was in a bit of disarray there for a bit. Then we got to get our joint registry of stocks and everything fixed up. So I got a busy night again. Not a whole lot of overly exciting vlog things, but what are we having for supper?
Oh.
Don't know. Even though we got a list made up, we don't know. Should say right on the fridge.
Yeah, I haven't decided what I'm making because we didn't follow.
Well, what are the options of the last 3 days? We'll figure this out right quick.
Tacos or barbecue chicken burgers?
Tacos or barbecue chicken burgers? Either one of those sounds good to me. What about you, Cash?
What?
Tacos or barbecue chicken burgers?
Tacos are.
Sound all right to you?
Yes. What am I doing up here?
All right. This is Logan.
Make sure there's no clothes belonging to you on the table, please.
Just clean up a bit, please. We were here all day, so you could have tidied up a touch.
Yeah, I also only get 2 days off this week.
Only gets 2 days off, right on. Anyways. Teenagers, right? What are you gonna do? So, guess what I did? I mounted my thing to the window, just like you said, with Jessica's hair elastics. What do you think of that? Anyways, I promised I would tell you guys the story about how we met. I figured tonight, on this little drive home from the grocery store, where I got lettuce and taco sauce and what else did I get? Lettuce and taco sauce and some chips and some ice cream for the kiddies. Anyways, I grew up in a very small town in Newfoundland. I'm going to try to make this as short as I can because it's quite a long story. I grew up in a small town in Newfoundland. A new RCMP officer came to town and he had a daughter my age. Who knew? Anyways, my mom met her down at the at the hair salon one day and came home and told me about her. So I said, oh, that's... Because, you know, when you're in a small town like that, everybody knows everybody, so you don't really get a chance to meet a lot of new people. Anyways, I was dating somebody else at the time, and it didn't work out for whatever reason, but I was driving around, and she said, you know, Mom had told me that this girl's dad was a police officer. So one night I was driving home, away we go. Maybe driving a little bit too fast, and lo and behold, I got pulled over by the police. So, anyways, up pops the police officer and said, you know, sir, do you know why I pulled you over? And just played a little dumb, not quite sure, going a little fast. I said, oh, okay, well, sorry about that. He said, but then I saw his name tag. And I recognized the name. It was this name that my mom had told me. And I was like, oh, you're the new sergeant in town. I heard you got a daughter my age. Mind if I gave her a call sometime? While he's pulling me over for speeding. Now, I don't know what I was thinking. I had not even seen Jessica at this point. I didn't even know what she looked like. So I guess maybe, I don't know, maybe I was trying to get out of a ticket, or maybe I was trying to get myself a worse ticket. Who knows? Anyways... He kind of like was a little shocked because, you know, you don't expect that to happen. Anyways, he told me that she was away and that, you know, she was away getting some training for work, but when she came back, I should call her. Because, you know, it's even at worst, what's the worst thing could happen here? You know, she, you know, is not pretty or doesn't like me, but at least, you know, you made a new friend. And then in a small town where you don't really get a lot of chances to do that, so it was a win-win either way, right? Although I got let off with a warning, so that part of the mission was successful. Anyways, yeah, that's the beginning of it. And anyways, you know, eventually one of the guys told me that she was at a certain place in town, and I went to, this was a couple months later. They said, you know, she's up to the arena. I said, well, I better get ready and go up to the arena. So, you know, I just got a little done up there and went up, and then I saw her for the first time, and I was like, wow, she's really pretty. And I don't know what, I was actually too nervous to go talk to her in the beginning. But one of my buddies was there and was egging me on. He's like, come on, Jackie, what's wrong with you? And I said, okay, I will. So I went up and talked to her and introduced myself. And she said, oh, you're the guy that my dad pulled over. I said, yeah, unfortunately, it is me. And anyways, I asked her, did she want to, you know, just go hang out with me and a couple of my friends on the weekend? And she said yes. And then from there, it just kind of took off. And we started dating after that. And yeah, then we got engaged, then we got married. But it was really funny. The first time I went to, so I got pulled over for speeding. That's fine. And that, I've probably only been, I've been pulled over for speeding maybe 3 times in my life. That was one of them. Anyways, I went to pick her up at her house. She's home. Her parents are not there. And I got this old little crappy Neon, right? And as I'm driving over to her house, I've noticed like the gas pedal is sticking. It's sticking. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm in so much shit. Anyways, she's gonna think I'm crazy. So anyways, she gets in the car and I said, okay, I'll just drive. We're going to drive. I'll drive us back to my house, and then we'll walk over to my buddy's place. So I start up the car and she's revving, and so I just pop it. She smokes a little bit, and I'm the whole way riding the brake, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't want this girl to think that like I'm a reckless driver, you know. But anyways. It was just funny. When I got home, I jammed on the brake, and she made me stop. Actually, she made me stop so she could go to the bank. And I'm sitting in the car with the car turned off, knowing that I can't let it idle because the thing is just. So when she got back in the car, I was like, okay, get ready. You know, I think my throttle cable's stuck. I'm not really a crazy driver. Please don't think that. Anyways, yeah, she got into the car and I flicked it over and just took off. I couldn't help it. And then I got home and got in the driveway and just slammed it in park and just left it. And I told my dad, I was like, the next day, I was like, Dad, I think there's something wrong with the car. But it all worked out. Now we got a beautiful family and we're married. 9 years just passed this past July. Yeah, it all worked out for the good. So I'm gonna really try not to make a habit out of doing these vlogs for my cars, but you know what? It's not a bad way to spend the drive home, telling some stories. So, anyways, that's it for me tonight. I'm just getting ready to pull into the driveway here. As you probably could have guessed, we're having taco for supper. So, jackpot. All right, folks. Hope you've been enjoying our vlogs. Don't forget to use the tags #Vlogust2K19 in all your vlogs so that we can see them. And yeah, we're going to be coming up. So one of the vlogs that I follow, Jimmy Ricky, he's mentioned the other day, but coming up with some sort of questionnaire, so with questions that we can all answer and we can all learn a bit more about each other. So you'll probably see that. Excuse me. You'll probably see that coming soon. So until tomorrow. Good night, everybody.